Hi everyone, it's time for today's video based on New York Times connection game. It's basically a game where you create four groups of four words from 16 given words. You have seen the thumbnail, so you know what the first group we are discussing is. Watch to the end of this video and I will also tell you the other three groups of four words, what each word means, and what they have in common. Let's start with today's words. So the first word that is a bit of magic is charm, right? Now, charm is a very interesting word. Charm has many meanings. You know, the most common word that you probably have heard is charming. This person is very charming. But so to verb charm, another word in terms of magic is to enchant somebody. That means to charm them. Charm, enchant, charming means that, somebody is charming. Somebody is very attractive, very charismatic. And then, so we have charming. And then we have, when, you can say when you meet somebody and you really enjoy their presence, you say, I'm charmed. So you're charmed. So charm is it's a bit of magic. It's like a little charm. It's like, this is my charm. This is my good luck, right? It's like I don't know, we have superstitious stuff like rabbit paw or something. That's a charm. And, to put a charm on something. Yeah. So charming, charmed, all have to do with magic and things like that. Another word for a bit of magic is curse. Now, curse is not a positive thing. You put a curse on somebody, right? Like maybe a basketball team is being cursed, so they can't win a champion. That's specific, I know, but I curse you to 200 years of not having food or something, whatever. That makes no sense, I know. But, so that's one meaning of curse. But also curse means bad words. The F-bomb is a curse. No cursing, that means no bad words. So, curse can mean this is a curse, right? It's like, my having to speak, or my ability to, not be able to eat with chopsticks is a curse. It's dumb, I know, but so curse is something that it's not pleasant to have. And then we have curse words. I just wanted to say again to you that I appreciate you watching these videos and learning English. And please know that English is a complicated language. I've taken 40 years and I'm not 100%. Nobody's 100%. But when you learn these words, like when you learn, what charm means and what curse means, you not only be better off than the rest of intermediate speakers or the English speakers as a second language. In a lot of ways, you will become better at Native Americans and Native British people, because a lot of times their English is not that great because they haven't really learned it the way you are learning it actively. So I just wanted to say to you that if, things are hard for you, just pat yourself on the back, pick yourself up from the floor, dust yourself off, and keep going. Okay? I'm here for you. We're gonna do this thing together. Okay, so the next word that is a bit of magic is hex. Now, hex is doesn't have many meanings. Like to put a hex on somebody, it's usually a negative thing. It's a curse. It's a bad thing to put it. I'm sure I got hexed. So hex doesn't have a lot of meanings, except when you're like dealing with computer science, and hex is actually short for hexa, which means 16. When you have an hexadecimal system, that means a 16 character system. It's not a digital as in 10 degree system. You have 16. That's hex. So that's also another one for bit of magic. The last word with bit of magic, which is quite interesting, is spell, right? Yes, the spell, right? Spell. I just spelled it. But another meaning of spell is in magic. You cast a spell. I cast a spell on you to turn you into a frog. That's spell casting. So, and you can say, wow, I'm spelled, I'm charmed, I'm enchanted, I'm like, I'm tongue-tied, I don't know what to say. So that's spelling. And like, Harry Potter would spell a magic. What is the spell? What is this recipe for that magic? So that's spelling. Mesmerize, spell, chanted. Those are all close, right? But the verb, you don't use I am gonna spell you. If you say I'm gonna spell you, it's like, okay, your name is John, John. But if you want to use it with a verb, you can just say, put a spell on you. I'm going to put a spell on you. Or I'm going to cast a spell on you or put a spell. Usually put spell on something, whereas you cast a spell. And you don't necessarily have to cast a spell on something. You just cast a spell. I want you to cast a spell so that I can fly. That's casting a spell. So a bit of magic or charm, curse, hex, and spell. Hey there, friend. Nice to meet you. I am Hamid. Sorry for the interruption. If you are enjoying this video and are looking to take your English fluency and vocabulary to the next level, I've got something special for you. I offer personalized one-on-one coaching sessions tailored to your unique goals and interests. Whether you're focusing on grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, or all around communication skills, I'm here to help you master English in a way that's fun and effective. Ready to elevate your English? Click on the link in the description below to book your session with me today. Let's embark on this journey to English mastery together. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more tips and tricks on mastering English. Some of these words are weird, so sorry, but that is not me. So found around the fireplace. The first word is flue. I've never actually seen this word in my life. Flue, kind of like flute without a T. But flu, I don't know what that flu means, but I know that FLU without the E, that's influenza, sickness, right? When you get a cold, you got a flu. But another one, flew, FLEW, that is the past of fly, and we have talked about fly. So another thing found around the fireplace is grate. Again, another something that I had no idea that this word exists. Grate usually is used in the verb like grater, like you grate cheese with it, Parmesan cheese, that's a grater. But grate itself on its own, I hadn't heard. And I did a video yesterday on the word great, Great, and that great has a lot of meanings. Please go to yesterday's video and look at it. But great means all timer, great means, it's an expression that's like, how's your day doing? Great. That means that, okay, you're having a great day. But it's like, how's your day doing? Great. That's kind of negative. You're sarcastic. It's not going great, right? So that's the word great. And then great, of course, as an adjective means that how things are great, or I greatly anticipate this award show, whatever. And then we have greater, as I said, which is grater. That is something like you do cheese with it, you grate cheese with it. But also, as I said, great is an all-time great. So this person is an all-time great. This is a great opportunity for you. Great as in awesome, as in really good. But you can be great at it, but also he's a great. We have expressions like greatest hits. Okay. The next one is log. Not, log makes sense. You put a log around the, like a log cabin. So you can have a log. So log is a piece of wood which is, kind of cut. That's a log. That's why it's found around the fireplace. But of course, to log, right now, to log, it's become very common with internet. So because you log in, you log out, you log off, all of them have to do with, being on your account or being out of your account or signed in, logged in. They're the same thing. Logging can also be like, the process of cutting trees. So we are not, and then you can be a logger with somebody who, cuts trees, not somebody who's logging in the computer. That's not a logger. So log is also short for logarithmic, which is mathematical. And then, yeah, so that's, to log, that's where the computer sense comes from. To log means to log in your entry. Like, did you log that? Did you report that? Like, I was driving to work today and I saw a horse drinking beer. Whatever. And then whatever, you as a bus driver, did you log that? Or in Star Trek, captain's log, right? So that's the word log. So that's why we have like things like captain's log, which is, how you write down, report what happened in Star Trek, like captain's log, or police log, the account, what happened. And finally, found around the fireplace is poker. Poker is usually a piece of metal that you use to, mix up the fire. But also, poker is, of course, the gambling game that you play in casino, poker, blackjack, things like that. Then for that, because we have that word poker for the game, we have this thing called poker face. Poker face is a face of somebody who doesn't his emotions. So if somebody is super angry or super happy or super sad or upset or whatever, their face is always no emotion. Another expression for that is stoic. A person is stoic. That means that they don't express their emotions. And if they're not expressing their emotions, they have a poker face. And to poke is a verb. It's kind of like poke. Facebook, you used to poke somebody. Somebody poked you. Don't poke me. Usually that means using your index finger to touch somebody. Hey, stop poking me, right? So poke. It's a weird word you don't really usually use to poke somebody. But then you can say, there's an expression, I think it's poking fun at you. So poking fun means to make fun of somebody. So then we're going to go to the words that are things seen at the casino. Interesting. We just talked about poker, right? So, but this is how connections work. It confuses you. Things seen at the casino, cards. Now, first one is cards, and cards is, of course, you play cards and things like that. So, but card is not, only, the thing you play with. It's also, it can be business card. It's just a piece of paper with writing on it. That's usually card. If you're a like baseball fan in, I think, Baltimore or something, card is short for cardinal, which is, that's usually not the case. Card, it doesn't have a lot of meanings. Then chips is things that's seen at the casino. Chips is usually the plastic things that you exchange for money. But chips is also, of course, the thing you eat. Basically fries, or some sort of a, and then chips. There's microchips and chips which are inside your computer, inside your phone. The CPU is a chip. Those things are chip. So chip could be a piece of something. And then there's the expression, you got a big chip on your shoulder. That means you kind of unhappy. You kind of trying to fight with somebody. And an expression for that is to instigate something. You got a big chip on your shoulder. And chip on your shoulder means that you're itching for a fight. Okay? So there's chip and there's chips. And there's seen at casino, and then there is dice. Dice is the thing you throw in the casino with 6 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a dice. Now, dice is actually plural. The singular of that word is die, D-I-E, right? Pretty cool. So dice is actually when you have more than one die, you have dice. And then there's an expression or an adjective called dicey. This thing, this apartment looks dicey, as in it's questionable. It's not very reliable. This job opportunity sounds really dicey, as in it doesn't exactly create a lot of confidence in you, right? And then finally, the word is slots. Slots and slot mean, usually it's the slot, like slot machine. A slot machine is the place you put money in, right? That's because that's a slot. That's a slot, right? And so slot is usually slot or slit is some place that you put stuff in it, like a cavity place, like you put, and be careful between slot and slot, which is a completely different word. I'm not going to go through what that means, but don't use that. Okay. So your slot. This is a slot. This is a slot for that thing that you want to do. So that slots is the machine that you find in a casino to put, money in it, to put coin in it. Then these are the ways to prepare cheese. The first one is crumble. Now you can crumble. Now crumble in general means it's a verb when something gets destroyed. A building that gets demolished is crumbled. Literally, like it falls apart in front of you. You just crumbled in front of the teacher. You like literally falling down, literally being hitting the ground while like getting destroyed. That's to crumble. And of course, there's a preparation of cheese. Melt is another way to prepare cheese. Melt is to verb to melt. Now melt is, like putting something on fire so it becomes a liquid. That's why we have like, melt. We can also melt metal or melting glass or something. In America, an expression is used for America as a melting pot, which means there's all these cultures and they melt together and they create one thing. Now, the word molten comes from melt. And you have heard of molten lava. That's the orange stuff that comes from a volcano. That's a molten lava. And also melt is an expression kind of like, oh my God, he was so good looking, I just melted. It's like, ooh, like you fangirl somebody's like, oh my God, Justin Bieber, I just melted. Kind of like, oh, like just falling down with emotion. That's melt. Oh my God, I just melted. He is so good looking, or she's so beautiful. I just saw Angelina Jolie. Oh my God, I just melt. Like that's the expression. Another way to prepare cheese, ways to prepare cheese is shred. Now, shred means turn to something into little shreds. Shred is a ribbon, like a ribbon. It's a shred. So when you shred cheese, it's going to become ribbon. But that's why we have, in offices or when in corporations or when you have very secretive, sensitive information, you have a document shredder that shreds the documents. So you can't see what was the content of this meeting. So they have a printout, the minutes of the meeting, then they shred it. So you have no way to actually see what went on. That's shredding. That's why, but also because of that, because shred means that kind of destroying, you can shred somebody. My husband just shredded me, as in he treated me really badly and made me feel like cut in pieces, right? Cut in pieces, shredded. And then finally, the word is a way to prepare cheese, slice. Now, a slice is usually a piece of something. That's the best. What we use a lot in America is slice of pizza. That's what we say, But you can also express, it's like slice of life. This is a slice of life, which means this is like typical life. Give me a slice of your day. A slice, so a slice is a piece. As I said, it's and it's also noun and a verb. To slice something up, kind of make it into pieces, or this is a slice. This is a slice of cheese. This is a slice of pizza. Anyways, see you tomorrow.